North Korean soldiers who are fighting against Ukraine are being used by the Russians as live bait for Ukrainian drones. These soldiers are also brainwashed and memorize speeches by the leader of the DPRK, Kim Jong-un. This is evidenced by the diary entries of the deceased DPRK soldier, which are analyzed by independent experts, writes the Wall Street Journal. In particular, the diary contains a drawing that shows in detail how North Korean soldiers should react to an approaching Ukrainian drone. One soldier, called a bait, should stand still to lure the drone, while others should shoot it down. The diary also describes life at the front, combat tactics, and includes a declaration of love for North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Independent experts, having analyzed the recordings, claim that they are genuine. The handwriting, choice of words, and ideological statements are typical of North Koreans. Even at the cost of my life, I will carry out the orders of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief without hesitation. I will show the whole world the bravery and self-sacrifice of Kim Jong-un's special forces. The publication quotes the entry from the diary. The author of the diary, according to his passport, is named Chon Ken-hong. He was killed along with 2 other soldiers in a shootout on December the 21st near the village of Pogrebki in the southwest of the Kursk region. On December the 9th, Jung wrote that he was celebrating the birthday of a friend he called his closest comrade. He wrote that he missed his homeland because he left the warm embrace of my dear father and mother. In describing drone tactics, Chon wrote that the soldier acting as bait should be about 7 meters away from the drone. Soldiers who are hit by artillery fire should run toward the previously hit area, since the likelihood of being hit twice is minimal. Jung also listed some of the ideological tenets of the Kim regime in his diary. He said he grew up in the kind embrace of the ruling Workers' Party, and his job as a soldier was to protect Kim. He also wrote that he needed to atone for the sins of the past. The contents of the diary are typical of a brainwashed North Korean soldier, said former South Korean Army Major General Ban Jong-kwan. The diary also contains a transcript of a speech Kim gave to battalion commanders last November in Pyongyang. Soldiers are required to memorize the dictator's speeches word for word, experts say. An excerpt from the diary lists Kim's instructions to the North Korean army to begin fighting immediately upon receiving the order. As reported earlier, Ukraine captured the first North Korean soldiers. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenski noted that 2 soldiers were wounded in the Kursk region. They were taken to Kiev, where investigators from the Security Service of Ukraine are talking to them. During interrogation, one of the prisoners confirmed significant losses among North Korean soldiers in Russia, South Korean intelligence reported, adding that the wounded soldiers were not in critical condition.
Mexican firefighters have arrived in U.S. to help battle wildfires which have devastated large areas of California. 2 aircraft carrying the crews as well as humanitarian aid landed in Los Angeles on Saturday, where they were greeted by California Governor Gavin Newsom. "This is what friends do," Newsom said after welcoming the firefighters. "This is what relationships are all about. Friends in need being there for one another." Firefighters raced Saturday to cut off spreading wildfires before potentially strong winds return that could push the flames toward the world-famous J. Paul Getty Museum and the University of California, Los Angeles, while new evacuation warnings left more homeowners on edge. Light breezes were fanning the flames, but the National Weather Service warned that strong Santa Ana winds, the nemesis of firefighters, could soon return. Those winds have been largely blamed for turning the wildfires into infernos that leveled entire neighborhoods around a city where there has been no significant rainfall in more than 8 months. The fire also was threatening to jump over Interstate 405 and into densely populated areas in the Hollywood Hills and San Fernando Valley. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed the death toll from the wildfires ravaging the area has risen to 16. The total of confirmed fatalities stands at 16 victims, and the cases remain under investigation. 5 of the deaths were attributed to the Palisades fire, and 11 resulted from the Eaton fire, the coroner's office said in a statement Saturday evening. The previous number of confirmed fatalities was 11, but officials said they expected that figure to rise as cadaver dogs search leveled neighborhoods and crews assess the devastation. Authorities have established a center where people can report the missing.
This is what friends do. This is what relationships are all about. Friends in need, being there for one another. We want to be there for the people of Mexico in times of need and disasters, and we're incredibly humbled and grateful that the President was willing to send the crew you see behind me. They'll be out on the lines within the next 24, 36 hours, and we're very, very grateful.